Yes, hi. Hi, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to 2022 and many blessings for this new year. I'd like to share a prayer for the start of this year that I feel this year is going to be very pivotal for us on this planet, both personally, for us individuals, and from a planetary perspective. And from a numerology point of view, the year 2022 is a very important year because of the two. And the two symbolizes and brings the energy of the peacemaker, cooperation between people, diplomacy, forgiveness. It also holds the energy of resilience and the survivor. And the four digits of 2022 add up to a six, which is the embodiment of the heart. It represents unconditional love, compassion, empathy, and service to others. And this brings us hope. So for me, this year is an important year for working together, supporting each other, building the communities that we'd like to see and have and be involved in, and staying in our hearts as we go through that process. So now I just ask you to close your eyes, taking a few deep, quiet breaths and centering yourself in your heart. And as we journey through this year and the years to come, as the turmoil continues around us, may we deepen the stillness that lies within us. May we remember our calling, the reason why we chose to be here right now on this beautiful planet during a great transformation, the long awaited Great Awakening. May the calm, quiet observer within remind us that we are eternal beings of light and that we are inseparable from source creation. May rays of sunshine, joy, and hope hold a place in our hearts every single day. May we immerse ourselves in nature, receiving the codes that reconnect us to Mother Earth and that keep us grounded. May we hold love and compassion in our hearts for each other, no matter what choices we make for ourselves in our lives. May we find acceptance and forgiveness in our hearts when we or others make choices that are not so great, knowing, however, that each soul has its journey and each journey is valid. May the unshakable warrior of truth and justice awaken within each of us when it's time to act and protect one another. May we find courage to uphold our values and what is good, and to stand our ground in the face of adversity, no matter how difficult the challenge before us. May we trust in the great transformation that is happening within and around us, and allow ourselves to let go of what no longer serves us or the planet. And may we do this with grace. May we find our tribe, our community of family and friends that will support each other and create together the world that we want to live in. May the bonds of love between us become so strong and unshakable. And finally, may we remember that we are pillars of light on this planet, each one of us a divine spark of creation, and that we are here on this planet right now to bring forth peace, freedom, and joy. This is our birthright. Hold that in your heart. Namaste.
A warm welcome to all who are here now or at another time of now. Augusta's prayer has just opened up a sacred space for us to heal and feel safe in. And after I share some thoughts about who we are, Corinne will share some of her profound perspectives. I will then guide you in a meditation of awakening outside the matrix, awakening to who you are. And Corinne will then follow on with a meditation of harmonizing our multidimensional selves. All of this can bring us to a space of easy and comfortable contact with star nations. I have heard reports of star nations intervening directly when people have had trouble from tests up the noses or receiving harmful substances in their bodies. So please just ask. They are here. We look to the skies and we see them. We sense them in the surroundings and we recognize them. Now, I mentioned last time the message that we have a limited window in time to ascend to a higher state of beingness. I was sent a cartoon for New Year, which had two characters. One said to the other, 2021 was so messed up. Aren't you terrified of what 2022 will bring us? And the other said, I think it will bring us flowers. What? Why? Because I'm planting flowers. We are planting flowers within us, preparing ourselves for what is to come. Flowers of consciousness, flowers of states of beingness. In the movie Matrix, it is said that in order to be sovereign and stay outside the matrix, we need to be in three states of beingness. The state of fearlessness, the state of being beyond doubt, and the state of devotion. Being beyond fear and beyond doubt means having a strong mind with full belief in who you are. No one can come and break your mind. Your mind is not brittle, but strong. It knows who you are, and you absolutely, beyond a doubt, believe in yourself. You wouldn't sell your soul, not for all the riches of this world, and you wouldn't buckle to any blackmail or threats, not for any reasons. There are many tribes in this world who are not afraid of death, but for sure they are afraid of losing their soul. Who instilled this fear of death in our culture? I don't think that fear of death is a natural state of being. To believe in ourselves, we need to have a sense of who we are. And obviously that is not who we are, is not our age or our gender or our address or our job. I was quite young, perhaps 9 or so, when I began to think about my identity in terms of this sensation of I am. Why was this I am linked to this body? It wasn't that there was anything wrong with this body. It was just that I was curious about the mechanics of this I am consciousness. I could have as well had this I am consciousness linked to another body. Who linked me to this body? Who chose this body for my I am consciousness? And here we come to the third state of beingness mentioned in the film, the state of devotion. The state of devotion enables us to find out who we are. So to be sovereign, to be at one with ourselves, to be outside the matrix that is trying to define us, we need to be fearless, doubtless, and have devotion. Some years back, I wrote a book, which I never published, about different states of being. At that time, I was on the west coast of Scotland, and I had plenty of solitary time. Sometimes I did not see anyone for weeks. I would sit there in the heather or on a rock by the ocean, and I would deeply tune into states like respect or integrity or worthiness or devotion. I really wanted to feel the exact frequency of these states of beingness. And I could spend days on one word, such as devotion, searching inside of me for how that felt and what it meant. And what I found is, for devotion, that today we speak of devotion and we think of someone being devoted to their partner, devoted to a cause, devoted to a teacher, a guru, a deity. And this kind of devotion, it has a direction. The focus is on something or someone outside of ourselves. Some years ago, one day, my curandera teacher told me that I lacked devotion. And I realized I had no idea what she was talking about. What does devotion mean? Because I knew she wasn't speaking of that I should be devoted to her. And for certain, I was completely devoted to the lineage of curanderas. So she explained to me that devotion is the only way of healing issues of the seventh chakra. Issues to do with that portal that connects us to source. Issues such as fear, doubt, righteousness, aloneness, or even depression. And I could see this light in her. She was shining with devotion. But how could I catch that also? And so I set out to catch this light. And the years that followed took me on a path of intense confrontation with myself. I needed to connect and open to a source greater than myself. And after much rebellion, I stopped being led by my mind. Sometimes it was my heart that led me. Sometimes my mind did not understand why I was doing something, but my heart, it knew. Eventually, it was a great oneness, source coming through, a great light that guided me. Devotion as a state of being has no direction. It's a beingness. We do things without any personal gain, not for money, not for recognition, not for love. Often, our mind does not understand why we are doing something or saying something. There are times when I am not at all aware of what I am saying. When I am in a complete state of devotion, source is coming through and I can move mountains. Devotion means being connected to source fully. It means being one with source. It means being devoted to that which is greater than us. The ancient ones from the far north, they will touch your heart and they will say, you are far greater within than the great sky above. And then they would say, you are worth coming home to. They would also say that the calendar as we know it is coming to an end. Many will die. Many more will barely have a life. Few will have a living. And they would also say, lift your eyes above the present so that you can look with eyes of faith into the future. For your future is powerfully beautiful. If only you could see it. The future will bring us flowers because today we are planting flowers. Namaste.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. And at this moment in our framework of time, as we have been speaking about, we have and are becoming acutely aware of the importance of our states of being. And Oona alluded to this as well. And it's what we're looking at is how important at this time, how important our momentum is and what we create within our own consciousness, as well within our own global consciousness, in the formulating of reality that we choose to exist in. Just give me a second, and I need to just do a tech check here. There we go. All right. So let us take a moment and look at these words, a state of being, to be clear before moving forward. State, a particular condition that someone is in a specific time. And being is the existence, our soul, our spirit, our nature, our essence. And so therefore, it can be said that our state of being is in the condition of our inner self. And our state of being is dependent on the energetic foundation that it exists upon and what we've created that foundation to be. And I would suggest that we are on the precipice of transitioning from a state of unconscious awareness to conscious awareness, to what has been happening on our planet, to the extraordinary impact that this has had on our state of being. Not only being in a systemic mind-altering program for a very, very long time. And really, the biggest lie that we have been told is that our power is outside of ourselves. And Oona beautifully related this to devotion, and not devotion outside of ourselves, but our internal reflection and inspiration that comes from within. So that power that we have projected outside of ourselves in our relationships, in our material possessions, in the status of our jobs, in the amount of money in our bank accounts, and even in the concept of God, that is outside of who we are, is one of the biggest illusions I feel that we are beginning to understand and realize, that that creator energy is within who we are. So this concept of the externalized power to maintain our global systems that we have been intentionally hypnotized to stay in, a fight or flight beta brainwave state of high activity, fast pace, and not only to ensure our own survival, our perceived survival, but more intentionally to ensure the survival of the systems that have been created for our so-called benefit, and giving up and away our power to the external, conveniently keeping us distracted and separated from ourselves and from who we are. And this separation began even when coming into this world without our full range of memories, our connection to our origin, and then compounded by the experiences that we had even as children, when our source energy of love was in some way, somehow compromised by someone in some form, where the foundation of our human beliefs really originate from in that critical time period from 0 to 6 years. And even now, so many are unaware of how their childhood beliefs are affecting their adult languaging and their adult behaviors. And so ultimately, we have been participating in a society in a state of unawareness, synonymous of this third density energy, yes. Our vibration slowing down to the point of physicality, yes, which we have interpreted as reality, appearing as real, and therefore perceiving as true. Our definition of who we are has become obstructed and therefore out of alignment, and separating us from our essence, thus all formulating the foundation of our state of being and who we believe ourselves to be, which has, again, ultimately separated us from the truth of who we are, our power, our source self. And so we, I feel, are at a critical juncture where a redefinition, a reformulation of our state of being is now required. And some of us have been aware of this for years. And while others are now just beginning to recognize the inconsistencies within the systems that have intimately led them to rely on something that may not be true, and what they have been led to believe is solid in their framework, foundational belief system, that may not be true and may not be making sense anymore. And even these systems now are crumbling. So the faster we come into our own rediscovery and reconnection within our own state of being, the faster we recognize the illusion of the reality that humanity has been saying yes to for a very, very long time, more than we have ever been told. So looking at our state of being is our state of consciousness, and consciousness being defined as the state of being awake and aware of one's surroundings. So this really all involves the reconstructing of our own self-created matrix of beliefs. And Oona referred to the matrix, and that's very prevalent right now, because it's very real in our denotation and connotation of what's happening in our world, our values, our behaviors, our own self-identification is going into a redirection of self from the external into the internal, to stop inserting one's truth or perceptions over our own, and to know that to be most aligned and to be integral to ourselves is to listen and act from our own intuition. And imagine that there is nothing outside of who we are. And there is nothing outside of who we are. Repeat that. There is no meaning other than the meaning that we assign to what we perceive. We are the ones who make it matter, therefore create matter. And it's time for us to explore what is possible to alter our state of being. And in the last 2 years, this tangible global pressure has been a catalyst to alter our crystalline carbon structure, for us to be the alchemist of our own creation, to reveal our diamond core that already exists. It already exists. It's time to reclaim that power that is already in existence, to realize where our state of being is rooted, not the external, but the internal lineage of our expansive spirit. So when we shift our state of being from surviving to the realization that our birthright exists in the infinite realm of possibilities, in the ultimate harmonization of who we are, let us step out of our own self-created mind matrix into our internal states of higher vibrations that exist within, represented by the highest frequency signatures of who we are, and declare that all unifying frequencies coexisting in this moment of coherent love and light are called forth from within, from the wisdom of our ancients to the expansive knowledge of our galactic concurrent coexisting selves, to integrate and harmonize into our current earth body and into our reality, to make that real. And of course, the ultimate recognition is to know again. Recognition on all planes of who we are, in all of our states of being, are that we are fractalized sparks of source essence, creator, great spirit. And is this not perhaps part of our mission at this time, is to remember, to reconnect, to embody our state of being, our state of consciousness, to reveal our relationship to ourselves in this way. If we are not aware of our source being, we are not authentically connected to our state of being, because our source being is what provides the channel of energy in who we are. And it provides that channel of energy in our own self-realization. Therefore, it's essential for our human states of being, our human body, our minds, our emotions, our energy body, our light body, our spirit, to become integrated, to become balanced, to become harmonized. And that connection can only be made by us and within us. And to be in our own self-mastery is to recognize that light within, to recognize the dark within, to recognize the source of who we are, to live in awareness with a conscious state of being, to know thyself. Thank you. Namaste.
So let's go into the meditations. Awakening outside the matrix. As you sit there in your surroundings, and you see perhaps the furniture, the walls, the trees perhaps. Plants, lakes, even the stars. Gently close your eyes, remembering what you just saw with your eyes, what you saw, what that sight is. Remembering as much detail as you can. Remembering it all as if real. I just need to also do a tech check. Corinne, can you just check, please? Check the chat. Remembering all the details of what you saw when your eyes were open, as if it were real. Now, see a huge zero, the number 0 in front of you. The 0, the doorway to nothingness, the portal to the void. See it absolutely clearly. And then let the 0 dissolve like ripples in water. Let everything dissolve. And you have now entered through the portal, through the field of nothingness. You are now deep in the ocean of the void. And you are about to awaken outside the matrix. You awaken into the ocean of the void, like awakening from a dream. You awaken to the realization that nothing you believed is true. You abandon all your previous assumptions about what you are, what others are, what the world is, what society is, even what consciousness is. Assume that nothing you once knew is true. None of the concepts and none of the mental stories, none of the reasons ever given, and none of the narratives. The you that is hearing these words right now, that you has a name, has an age, has a birth date, has an address. But is that who you are? Or is that a construct made up of thoughts? If you had a different name, a different age, a different birth date, a different address, would you still be you? If you had a different body, would that still be you? Is all of that perhaps part of the construct of the narrative that you are built from? Your I am consciousness perceives your name and connects it with your body. It perceives your address, your age, your date of birth. Your I am consciousness is aware of all the things and thoughts linked to it. Your I am consciousness perceives the memories linked to it. So all these perceptions are outside the I am consciousness. All these perceptions are linked to the I am consciousness, but they are not the I am consciousness. All the thoughts and stories and narratives and concepts, they are outside the I am consciousness. They are not who you are. The I am consciousness is in a sea of concepts, thoughts, objects, narratives. And the I am seems itself to be a mystery. Words are spoken. I am hungry. I am healthy. I am sleepy. But is it not the body that experiences hungry, happy, sleepy? Is it not this body that was linked to your I am consciousness. Words are spoken. I am hungry, happy, glad. But is it not the body that is experiencing these feelings? And the I am consciousness is observing that. Words are spoken. I am calculating, analyzing, pondering. But is it not the mind that is cultivating thoughts? And the I am consciousness is observing them. Can you find anything tangible that is the I am consciousness? Or is there only this sea of subjects, narratives, thoughts, concepts, all of these observable by the I am? So now you know that you are not this and not that. You are not any of these objects in your sea of consciousness. So let's try and sense the I am itself. Find within your inner experience the non-conceptual feeling, the non-conceptual sense of beingness, the feeling sense of the I am, the feeling sense of the difference between the I am in you and the I am in the other. It is so simple that perhaps you haven't noticed it before. It is just that it is that sense of being. It is that non-conceptual glimmer that is still experienced, even if you had none of the five senses, even if you had no thoughts, there would still be that glimmer of I am. Even without your impressions from your five senses, and even without your thoughts, you would still have that distinct sense of, yes, I exist. You recognize this felt sense of beingness. It is so simple. It is so beautiful. It is always there, always present. It is your sea of consciousness, your field of consciousness itself. Now become very clear on that. Be doubtless. Be certain of this. Be secure in the I am, in the I am existence. You are now at the edge of the matrix, at the edge of the dream. To exit the matrix, to awaken from the dream, recognize non-conceptually that this felt sense of I am beingness is not what you are either, since you can still perceive it as an is. You can still perceive it as a something. Take this step and you can crack the whole thing open. You awaken from the dream and the matrix illusion collapses. And this is who you are. Your truth. You are prior to anything you can perceive. You are even prior to the perceived consciousness of I am. You are now prior and inseparable from the dream. You are the dreamer and the dream. You are the drop and the ocean. You are the I am and the not am. No. You are not identified. Not identified with objects. Not identified with I am. Not identified with consciousness. And so you are free. You are far greater within than the sky above. And you are worth coming home to.
ensure your body is continuing to be in a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you haven't already done so, sitting, whether you are sitting or lying down. Uncross your legs and arms, and if possible, straighten your spine. This meditation is spoken using the pronoun of I, intentionally redirecting the focus inward for deeper personal contemplation. If you hear a word or phrase that doesn't fit or align with your vocabulary, insert your version instead, or alternatively, gracefully just let it go, allowing the flow of the experience to continue. And this meditation implements directives to yourself, continuously revealing the multidimensionality of your existence. Relaxing and taking a deep breath in. On your exhalation, feel your exhalation moving through your body, down your legs, through your feet, through the floor, through the layers of the structure you are in, and into the earth. Your essence moving through the various layers of earth, sand, clay, rock materials, minerals, metals, lava, crystal, and anything else that may appear to you. Feel or imagine yourself fully grounded and supported by the earth. As you continue to explore, feel your energy coming into contact with the network of roots from the plants, the trees, the fungi. You are instantly connected to the subterranean communication network that beautifully harmonizes together, that travel across the lands. And as soon as you recognize this, it immediately sparks your body's internal network of arteries, veins, capillaries, neural network to synchronize as you become and are one with this earth network. I open to this vast network of communication that is ever present within me. For there is nothing outside of who I am. All is accessible. And if it isn't available, it's because it has yet to appear. All of my beliefs, conscious and unconscious, that create resistance and blocks to my accessing my full potential are revealed, integrated, and harmonized, allowing the momentum of my highest potential to be realized. I call forth the source of energy of who I am, to be seen, to be heard, invoking the expansion of my consciousness so that I may clearly realize my purpose on this planet and to be in service to peace, harmony, and unity consciousness. I remember that all that is conscious can communicate. In my human form, I connect to the consciousness of my physical body. I connect to the consciousness of my mental field. I connect to the consciousness of my emotional field. I connect to the consciousness of my energetic spiritual field. I connect to the consciousness of my soul self, my spirit. I connect to the consciousness of Great Spirit, Creator, Source that I am. As I take a deep breath in, I imagine every cell in my body, 37 trillion cells. And in each of those cells, I see, imagine, and even feel the biophoton of light within each cell. Photon, a particle representing a particle of light. And as soon as I acknowledge them, they all light up in my body. I then exhale this photonic light throughout my entire body now, beaming through me. As these biophotons become activated in my recognition of them, they become transmitters and receivers connected to the photonic belt that the earth is currently passing through. And with this connectivity, they become supercharged and shine even brighter. As I take these deep cleansing photonic breaths, this activates my highest light codes for my conscious evolution now. And my soul, creator that I am, in light and love, integrate, balance, and harmonize my physical body. Any pain, ailments, dis-ease, misalignments, imbalances. Now, thank you. In my mental body, integrate, balance, and harmonize any resistance thoughts, stubborn beliefs, judgment, voices and beliefs that do not come from my heart or inner guidance. Now, thank you. In my emotional body, integrate, balance, and harmonize any trapped emotions, trauma, fear, stress, anxiety, now, thank you. In my energetic body, integrate, balance, and harmonize all of the highest coherent resonating frequencies of light and love and light that are available to me. Now, thank you. My spirit, great spirit that I am, in love and light, integrate, balance, and harmonized all of the highest frequencies, knowledge, wisdom, consciousness, of all unifying frequencies coexisting in this moment that are connected to the wisdom of my ancient selves. And also connected to the expansive knowledge of my galactic parallel selves. To integrate and harmonize into my being. Now, thank you. To my physical body, to my spirit, to the isness that I am. Integrate, balance, and harmonize all of who we are as a connected and coherent channel of the highest frequency of energy available to me now. Thank you. My spirit, source that I am, activate, increase my light body, increase my light body, increase my light body. Now, thank you. My spirit, source that I am, activate and increase my light body communication. Activate and increase my light body communication. Activate and increase my light body communication now. Thank you. My spirit, all that is, that I am, being the transmitter of love and light that I am, let us now share the abundance of my ever-flowing, photonic, blissful energy with the planet of Earth and her spirit, connecting, communicating, reuniting in joy now. Thank you. Let us share this beautiful photonic energy with all sentient, conscious beings within and around the earth, the planets, the animals, the elementals, humans, other terrestrials, interdimensionals, extraterrestrials. Now, thank you. Share this illuminating photonic energy throughout all of this solar system, galaxy, the universe, and beyond. Now. My spirit, creator that I am, activate and engage my highest blueprint potential. May that be. And now imagine in your own mind and in your own heart, vision what this is for you. See this, feel this, imagine this taking place for you now, activating and engaging your highest blueprint potential. Keep this vision in your heart. Keep it alive. Energize it every single day. Bringing that to a close. Thank you. I am the light I am. I am the love I am. I am the truth I am. I am the source I am. I am that I am. Take a deep breath in and gently return to your body. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Stay in your heart and know your greatness. And we'll see you in a month's time.